Hello everyone, Bill Molyneux here with the Battle of the Hook, and I did an unboxing. We're going to do a little playthrough. This is the first run of the game, and we have a couple odds and ends I have to have fixed in future publications, but no big deal. One of the items is my turn tracker is Union and the other side says British, so we got to get this fixed to from Union to American. No big deal. I know Steve and Trevor can change that in a matter of seconds. So what do I have set up here is the Battle of the Hook, and we'll try to get down here a bit. So our order of battle is the two wagons get set up at the W's, and then you have now 80th foot counter, and there it is. It should be 80th foot D, and what that is a small company. Then we have Tarleton and Light Dragoons, and I have them at the bridge, and then I put my Hessians here with that wagon, and over here I put the Queen's Rangers at that bridge. Now holding a bridge is a +1 on defense. So where is that? Bridge +1 on defense. Okay. So that's our forces there. Then they're trying to get the wagons back here. Now, the first turn, none of the British forces move. But here we have two light guns. We have a heavy gun, the 17th foot, and Von Bo's Hessians. Okay. And they're in the Gloucester defenses, Tiddel's Point, the big bridges here, and Scoot's Barbecues up here. Okay, now the units have a reduced value, and I'll ask Steve about putting a star on the reduced value or a line. So our 5-4 goes to a 2-4, and there's a little lighter shading, but I think I need to have that made a little brighter for the reduced value, that it's been damaged. All right, so for our French, we have the Duke Luzerne, which I believe is getting fixed right now. That one is general, but I know they were fixing it. This is one of the first copies made, and then our French Hussars, and then a French Marine unit that comes in too. So they all get set up wherever the Allied player wants on road A or B. And for our American forces, reach over there. We have a colonel. There we go, get it in focus. And then the colonel's unit, 5-4. American Legion, 4th Dragoons. And here's the American Legion. So this is the biggest cavalry action of the war. And so the ordinary, by the way, is still in existence. It's a used car. It's a CarMax place or something. You can buy cars there. It was a restaurant at one time, and they say it's heavily haunted. So in our turn sequence, which we have the combat chart both in the rule book and also on the terrain effects chart. But in turn 1, there is no British movement. So the sequence of play is British movement and then Allied movement. Of course, deploy reinforcements. There are none. So I'm going to pause the camera and move my French and American units. Okay, here they come. And it's half movement on the road. Movement of 4 for the infantry. Now I want to cross the stream with the cavalry, which is an extra 2 movement points for cavalry. So I can go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I have Tarleton being attacked here. And then our American forces. Pause the camera and I'll move them. And then our American forces, I just rushed this whole area. Defending behind that river, those Queen's Rangers are going to be a +2 in defense, but we're going to risk it. And get out our combat chart and figure out our odds. We'll do the American attack first. Okay. So we're pause our camera, I'll add them up. Okay, our odds are we have 10 Allied points, and this is 4, but because of the river and the bridge, that gives them the bonus of a +1 on defense, +2 for the river. So we're going to take the higher value of the 2. Okay, so this is a 6 now against 10, which is 1 to 2 or 1 to 1 odds. However, we have a leader, and the leader gets you to move the chart over 1. So we're on the 2 to 1 chart, and let me get that in there. And we rolled a 3. So 2 to 1, 3, defender retreats, 1 hex away from the enemy. Okay, now, so we've driven those Queen's Rangers back, and you know what that happens. We get to advance across with now out of my attacking force here, maximum of only 2 units can take that space. So there we go. All right, so we drove the Queen's Rangers back, and then over here we have Tarleton being attacked. Now, there is a cavalry retreat rule, but because he's being attacked by the French Lancers, they cannot retreat. They could retreat on anything but a 5 or 6 if it was just infantry or artillery. So there is, because this unit is attacking here, it gives up its defense here. So Tarleton's a 4. So we got a 5, 9, and oh, we forgot to check to see if our leader died, our colonel, on a 2 or a 12, and he is fine. All right, so we have 9 to 4, 2 to 1, and the leaders mark each other out, and I rolled a 5. It's a defender retreat and R1. So that means the defender retreats, and he goes down to 2-7. We'll check and see if Tarleton is dead, and he's not, and the Duke is not. All right, so we got to retreat Tarleton's Legion, and they took a step loss. Okay, I had to check my rule book to make sure I was doing this right. We took our step loss, and our dragoons can retreat here. If they could not retreat, they would be eliminated because you take a second step. Now, the reason is wagons do not count for stacking. So, Tarleton went there, and I'm going to move the French infantry forward. So that completes turn 1 on our turn tracker. All right, everyone. The British on turn 2 move first. They have no reinforcements. So I'm going to send out the Hessians, and the movement rate on the road is half. So 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so half. There's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to put the Hessians there. And let's get a close-up. So I brought the Hessians up, and I'm also going to go ahead and bring up the 17th foot, put them there. Now my wagon is going to go there. The 80th foot will go there, and my other wagon is just sitting there. Man, I can't move this. Wagons can't go off the road. So I have to drive this unit back. And Tarleton may have to give up a wagon. I don't know. We will see. All right, that's a 5, 4. We'd be 2-to-1 odds. And over here, the Queen's Rangers are going to fall back to there. Okay, everyone. Let's do these attacks. By the way, I've left the artillery in Gloucester at the moment. The guns are there, and we're not going to worry about them right now. So we're going to try to resolve a combat here. The French are 5. We have 1 point on the 80th foot. 2 and 2 is 4. Wagons are defensive 1 only. They don't attack. And Tarleton, so we're a 1-to-1 with Tarleton making it a 2-to-1. And we roll 2-to-1. And look at that. Defender retreat and take a loss. So they drove the French back. And, we're going to send the Hessians out there to plug that gap. All right. So the Americans turn to move, and we're going to leave the French right where they are, attacking the Hessians. And 1, 2, attacking Tarleton. Oh, I got to attack the Queen's Rangers, though, too. All right. Well, we're going to... Let's resolve the Hessian attack first. What do you say? All right. So it's a 2. We got a 3. And 4 is 7. And a leader. Well, 3-to-1 becomes 4-to-1 with the leader. Oh, we didn't check Tarleton if he died in the last battle. He did not. So we're at 4-to-1, and we're rolling a 4-to-1 with a defender retreat. Sorry, defender retreat 1. So the Hessian drops to a 1, falls back here. And we're going to have the French infantry take the spot again. And I think I would have had another shift because of French cavalry charging. But we'll just keep playing. And then we're our 5. Our wagon's got a defense of 1 and 3. It is unfortunately, we got leaders on each. 3 to 5. It's still 1 to 1. And a 2, attack or retreat. So Tarleton held them off. Let's see if the bugger died on a 2 or a 12. And we rolled a 6. All right, so our next battle is right here with the Queen's Rangers. And now I'm worth 5. They're worth 4, but I'm cavalry attacking infantry. And so I get the shift column up 1. So we are at 2 to 1. And I rolled a terrible 2. Americans retreat 1. All right, so I had some poor die rolling on turn 2. Let's go to turn 3. The British are going to move their wagon down. And, you know, we're going to bring the Queen's Rangers. This wagon, I don't know. Do I just give up that wagon? Or, I mean, everybody's been hurt. You know what? We're going to say, we'll put him in there. And Tarleton is going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tarleton retreats to here. All right. So now here, there was a point I was going to say the heavy gun could move out of the fortifications. You know, it's your game. If you're playing this, you can have rules, but I do have them where they can move. And I'm going to bring the heavy gun up. And I can position it there. And the light gun. So now I have some artillery to lob some shells. And that's it for the British on turn 3. We'll go to American turn. And 1 there. And the wagon, of course, is going to be toast. And there is a special section in my rule book on the wagons. And wagons operate as a combat unit, but may not leave the road. If forced to retreat or unable to do so, they are considered destroyed. Wagons move 1 hex a turn on the road, no road bonus. They have a combat value of 1, do not count for stacking. Wagons may not attack, but they can defend. So, this is 3 and 5. I'm not going to send in the colonel because I don't want a chance of him getting killed. So we have 8 to 1. And so that wagon is toast for victory points. All right. So that's how we did on turn 3. Let's go to turn 4. The British move first. We're going to send our wagon down. We're going to send our cannons up. And, you know, the heavy gun only moves 3. And we are going to form a defensive perimeter around our last wagon. All right. So that is, we have no artillery fire. They have a range of 2. This has a range of 3 with line of sight. Our Americans are going to attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to hit the Queen's Rangers. And the 80th foot, we're going to throw the colonel in. All right. So, big attacks. Let's see what happens. This is worth a 4. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 2 to 1. And we got a charge, makes it 3 to 1. And a leader, 4 to 1. And we rolled a 6, which is a defender eliminated. So the Queen Rangers are gone. And we'll see if our Duke is dead. He is not. 2 or 12 would have killed him. We're going to put the Americans right there, those heavy guns. And then our attack here, they're worth 4 and 8, 2-1 with a cavalry. There's no cavalry in there, but we do have a leader, makes it 3-1. And we rolled a 4, which is a defender retreat and lose 1. So that's eliminated, and we cannot retreat into a zone of control and can't retreat here. So because it cannot retreat, it takes an extra flip. So we lost a unit, flipped the unit, and it's a British turn 5. Okay. So let's see what happens now. Tarleton, the objective is get the wagons back. So we got wagon, artillery, and Tarleton. We're going to bring our guns back. We also get victory points for not losing units. So not like I want to stand out here as the British and have losses. So it's the Americans' turn 5. This unit, 1, 2, and we'll just set him 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, now it's the Americans' turn. And I need to cause more casualties. This is worth 7 points. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come around there to, there's our Duke, and 2, 3, 4, and all right. So now there's a chance I could get Tarleton here, right here. Okay, so we have our 7 points here. We got 5 and 4 is 9. We have a cavalry charge going in, and we have a leader. So 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, and a 6. Oh wow! Defender retreat, but lost 3 flips. So the Hessians are gone. 1, 2, 3. The guns are overrun, and we're going to send the Duke in. Let's see if the Duke died. The Duke didn't die. And then this attack is 8 points, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. 1-1. Uh-oh. I rolled a 3. Attack or retreat. Tarleton escapes the attack. All right. Turn 6. It's the British turn. Now I have a wagon issue. I can't move the wagon into a zone of control. So, and I can't move it. I have to fight where it's at. So I got to bring everything in. Let's see. Stacking is, well, that's where we're on. We'll place him. That Hessian unit's not strong enough. All right, everyone. I got an attack here and here. So we're 9 points. 4, 5, 6, 9, 17-4, 4-1, and being attacked by cavalry, so he can't try to retreat. Leaders offset each other, and here we go. 4-1 is a defender retreats, but no loss. And let's see if the Duke died. The Duke did not, and Tarleton. Tarleton did not die. Okay. Is the Americans' turn 6, and they're we got this wagon right here. I want that wagon. But it's, well, I guess the Duke is going to attack. Let's see. 2, 3, 7 points. I need 7 points. 4. And we'll do that. There's 9. The colonel can't command French troops. And they're not strong enough to take them on. All right. Let's do this little battle here. It's a 3 to 2, which is 1 to 1. And it's infantry on infantry. And then we have the Duke. And 1 to 1 with a shift to 1. It's a defender retreat and 2 flips. So the Hessians lost. And they get to take this place. And let's see if he's dead. Ooh, a 1 and a 6. All right, this is the big battle here. Will Tarleton hold out? 2, 3, 7 to 9. The cavalry charge doesn't work, and they're both leaders. It's 1 to 1 with the Americans, and we rolled a 1. Attacker falls back 1 and takes a loss. All right, let's see if our leader died. A 3 in Tarleton. Nope. All right. So we're turn 7, and it's the British turn. Okay. Well, look at that. We're going to leave. There we go. Moving French troops. So we're here. Let's check my stacking. Leaders good. Dragoons. We need 4. 5 is 9. And we're going to have there we go. All right, everyone. This is it. This is worth 3 with a leader, the Duke, and it's worth a 2 with a cavalry charge. So 1 to 2, it becomes 1 to 1 with Tarleton going in. With a 4, it's defender retreat. Let's see if the Duke died. He's on the top. He is fine, and Tarleton is fine. So our artillery piece can fire at 4 to 5, 1 to 2. With a 5, they get driven back 1. And it is the Americans' turn for 7. And really can't get that wagon. Well, you know, I don't want to lose units. We count up the dead at the end. Let's try to kill off Tarleton. I might have made a mistake leaving him out there. So 3, 6, 10, 15 to 2. Woo-hoo! And that's going to be an automatic elimination. They can't do the retreat. So the light dragoons are gone. And our Tarleton, let's see if he can retreat away with the leaders. Move like leaders do not count for stacking. So, well, let's see, a 2 or a 12. He doesn't die that way. Leaders are alone are eliminated if enemy units move adjacent to the leader. If the leader is alone after combat due to the units in the same hex as the leader being eliminated, that leader is considered captured. So we're going to have the Duke go in and capture Tarleton. Okay, so it is turn 8, and our Americans cannot go into Gloucester, into the fortifications. So that's where we're at. And we go 10 turns, but it's fruitless to attack the earthworks. They're +3. So we're going to move the Americans outside, and I'm going to count up victory points. Okay, everyone. Well, it's 18 points to the American French forces to 9 points for the British. They do get an extra 4 points for getting a wagon here. The Americans get 4 points for taking one out. And I lost too many British units. I think in some of my play tests, I would hold off here and bring the wagons down and bring the 17th foot up and all. So, very, very enjoyable light game. We have a couple items we need to get fixed. We need to fix this counter that says Union instead of American. And there are a hiccup in the printing of some of the British units say fort instead of foot. They have an R instead of an O, but it's not a big deal. We can have that fixed easily enough. So I hope you enjoyed a rough playthrough of the Battle of the Hook. I think I played pretty close to my rules. I'm quite happy with this game. My next playthrough, I'll do Cornwallis's Breakout. All right, so I like to say appreciate everyone that watches my channel, and most of all, you have to have a sense of humor. And Goober the Traveling Bear says, stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and he's wearing the Player's Aid hoodie tonight. They laugh, life is short, and I appreciate everyone that watches. And Kevin, be true to your school if you watch this video.